Hector Mirai, and you're listening to Faith and Fandom 180 on LTN Radio. So the other day I did a yard sale, and my yard sales will always have a lot of nerdy stuff because it's me and it's my stuff. And so I had comics and action figures and toys and stuff like that out there. And one of the other things I had was Pokemon cards. I had like a box of cards that was going to be cheap to free. And then I sat my personal notebook out there of cards. Now, there were some cards in there I was willing to part with, but I wasn't exactly labeling them or, doing whatever. And because I was going to let people look through it and then, discuss which ones were available when they looked through it. But one lady came, she saw me post a picture of it. And while I was helping another lady load something up, she went through the box or through the notebook and started just pulling out all the cards she wanted. And she pulled out a lot. And she said, all right, these are the ones I want. And I looked at that stuff that she pulled out, and she pulled out a lot of my Snorlaxes, which is my favorite, and stuff that I'm not willing to sell. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. These aren't for sale. She's like, you had them on a table at a yard sale. What did you think was going to happen? And we had this really awkward interaction of this lady kind of back and forth. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but there's a misunderstanding. I'm not ready to part with these. And it was awkward. And it reminded me of this situation we see in Luke chapter 14 about the cost of discipleship. Verse 27 and 28, 29 says this. It says, whoever does not bear his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it? Verse 29 says, otherwise, when he has laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it will begin to mock him. And this lady straight up mocked me. And because I made it awkward. And for some of us, we do that in our relationship with God, where we say, God, I'm ready to give you everything. I'm willing to follow wherever you want to lead me. But we're putting stuff out there that we haven't really considered. We're saying we're willing to give God everything, but not adjust our schedules, not sacrifice, not get something out of our lives so we can put more of Him in it. And we need to check ourselves. Are we really willing to give what we advertise? If you'd like to learn more about Faith and Fandom, head on over to faithandfandom.org, where you can learn about our Comic-Con ministry, podcast, memes, apparel, and book series. You can even read new chapters before they make it to the next book. I'm Hector Mirai, and thank you for spending the last 180 seconds with me.